All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Console Gaming League, where tonight we have a matchup in the NA Diamond Console tier right now between two very good teams, the Pack and Outlawed Aces. I am Dextron, joined by Splice Knight. Man, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Looking forward to seeing these two teams, currently second and third in their own tiers, and I'm trying to see what they're going to bring out here.
Yeah, I mean, let's just cut right to it here. Let's meet the first team here tonight. I believe we'll be introducing the Outlawed Aces here first, and here is their lineup. You have Stingy on the tank, Monkey Boy and Young Bumps as your DPS line, and Zeus Heals and Proximus on the support line. This is a very good lineup for this team right now.
This is Actual Heal's actually a player I know. He's played on teams with me. I mean, he won Ramatra Rumble on my team, and Proximus, he's been working on his main support recently. Usually a flex support player, a bat player himself actually, but he has been getting coaching, been seeing a lot of improvement in scrims on his Lucio.
Yeah, but let's meet our other team, and I'll allow you to introduce the Pack.
The Pack. We have currently starting up with Skinny, CXBM Spider, Quirky Orc, Chef Murloc, and Unity. A team that has come up from T2. I know some of these players have come up from T2, but they do definitely have a lot of synergy with each other, and you can tell because they're currently third in their division. It seems like they're a good contender. They don't back down from a fight.
Yeah, and you talked about these two teams right here, both 5-1 on the season. The only difference between the two is I believe Outlawed Aces has a +4 map differential on them. They have +14, while the Pack has +10. So these are two teams that throughout this season so far have shown that they are winning, and they are winning handily.
Yep, Pack has been on the rise. Pack started off with a bit of a weak season, a few upsets, but they made a few roster changes right before this roster lock, and it's turning out well for them.
Yeah, and this is, like I said, going to be a great match tonight. It's not very often you get this good of a matchup this late in the season. And we talked about before the stream got started here, this is really a good matchup here for seeding for later on.
That's correct. I mean, second seed, Aces really want to keep that second seed because it allows you to get a first round bye, and it pretty much guarantees you get at least 2 matches in your playoff. Just in case you slip up on your first round, you still have that loser's bracket to rely on.
Yeah, but you know, talking about everything with this matchup here, we do know the maps for tonight. We will be starting out on Busan here. Now, Splice, what do you normally like to expect to see from a Busan matchup here?
Well, I do know downtown, both of these teams have the potential to run the ball. And I mean, we aren't exactly in a rock, paper, scissors meta, but we are in a meta where if you do run that ball Sombra Tracer, you can stomp most comps that the other team's going to bring out, especially if you've got that synergy going between those DPS, the tank. If the ball gets his synergy going, you could see this ball start rolling downhill for Aces.
But when you get away from downtown there and go to Mecha Base, or I believe it's Temple there, a little bit more compact maps there. Maybe Mecha Base a little bit different, but it's just you just have such a small skybox at Mecha Base to really do anything there. Normally, I expect to see kind of a brawl come out there. Maybe we see a ball comp come out there because the minefield ultimate that the ball has does take up pretty much the entirety of that point if they're able to land it perfectly.
Yeah, no, but I do think we are going to be seeing, both teams do have Rhine players then, so I do think we're going to be seeing the Rhine duel here, and I do hope they live up to it. Going to be hoping to see if we can see a little bit of the MTD coming out from either of these teams, their main tanks, bringing them to victory.
Yeah, and you know, you were talking a little bit before this stream started here that you know both these teams well. I really don't know both these teams at all. This is my first time I'm seeing both of them here. What should I be looking for, or who should I really be watching out for to be maybe someone that is a key player, a key difference maker for either of these teams tonight?
Well, I do know Quirky Orc has been on the rise. He's recently started showing up, dominating. The only problem I see is sometimes he's not quite there, but I do think he will get in the swing if he doesn't start off swinging. On the side of Outlawed Aces, we do have Young Bumps, who's been in console watch as long as Overwatch 2 has been at least, and his Sojourn is definitely something to watch out for. I do know he gets a lot of value from it, but I think the supports on both of these teams is going to be what's really going to push either team forward, since I think the tanks and DPS are kind of on an even level here.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Well, I would normally kind of lean towards the tanks having to be, probably the most important role here in Overwatch 2 since you really only have one of them. And if you lose them early in a fight, you might have to just completely back out. The supports are probably that next most important role there because if you lose them early, you're down big time. And essentially, it might just be either you're wiping as a team there or you're just trying to escape so you're not staggering yourselves out there. But, just going to Basan first, we talked about what we expect to see from both teams here. Let's just talk about, what would be something odd we could see from these teams when it comes to comp-wise. Maybe something that's just there to try to catch the other team off guard.
Well, a smile comes to my face immediately because I am a Junker Queen enthusiast, and if we do see Jodes coming out from both of those teams, it's gonna be mad respect from me. I haven't heard of either of these teams running that Junker Queen, even though it does fare well into the ball comp. So if they do end up switching over to that Junker Queen and miss that ball comp, I mean, mad respect. I don't think either of these tanks play Junker Queen. Skinny might, but I don't think I've heard of either of the two play Junker Queen.
I mean, we might not know of them playing Junker Queen, at least at the moment. They might decide to try to surprise the other team right now. Either one of the tanks might try to surprise the other team. Junker Queen, I think right now is actually in a very good spot in the meta. And honestly, there's a lot of utility you can get from Junker Queen here, but it looks like we will be starting out on the mecha base map here.
We are gonna hopefully be seeing that brawl. CXBM Spider, I do know his Hanzo is very, very well attuned, so I do think that he's going to be able to leverage that here. But we could just see a classic Rhine with maybe some Reaper here, probably your classic Bap Lucio maybe, 4 seconds, and all our doubts will go away. What are we going to see here? Ooh, a Diva from Skinny.
Yeah, I mean, and looking at these two team comps right now, completely different. I love seeing that because it really just lets us know that both these teams not going to necessarily play into the same thing here. I do like that the pack is going with that Diva comp. Outlawed Aces, on the other hand, going with more of the standard comp, I would say, at least for this map here.
Yeah, and we're probably going to be seeing the Sim TP out of spawn. I think Monkey Boy, Reaper Enthusiast, might switch to that. We're going to be seeing the Bap over from Zach's last minute. And it looks like we're committing to the Diva. I mean, to the Sim, which might have some trouble against the more ranged DPS from the side of Pack, especially with that Mercy pocket.
Yeah, but as a Sim main myself here, I love seeing this pick come out here from Monkey Boy. It might only be a 1-life pick, but you immediately see Stingy get it's hyper aggressive here. Already knocked off that high ground. It's gonna force the Aces to fall off that high ground as well. Pack can maintain control of that high ground here for the moment, but the TP gonna go up there to get everyone from the Outlawed Aces back up there. Immortality Field is thrown out there by Zax, but Zax also the first one to fall here in this fight as CBM able to find there now. It's just up to Outlaws to try to do whatever they can here. Monkey Boy falls as well. Stingy out of the picture. Now it's just up to Young and one of the supports at the moment. That's Prox, who is honestly just wall riding out of there. So you're already seeing a fallback coming here from the Aces. The Pack, though, able to cap point first.
I do love this Hanzo Cupid skin, but I think the biggest problem they had here from Aces, they really wanted to take their tempo really quickly, which I appreciate that, but I feel like they went too quickly. They took their height way before they even had it. I mean, we're just seeing them coming back in. They took height way before they were ready.
Yeah, and you immediately see Monkey Boy here swap off the Sim. Like I said, that was pretty much going to be a 1-life thing there. They're going over to the Reaper and already finding a lot of success with that. High noon, though, from Quirky. Does not find anyone right there, but we already have a trade coming out. Both tanks out of the equation right now, so it's still a pretty even fight going each way. You do see Quirky are trying to get any shots they can. Not able to find anyone just yet, but it looks like the Outlaw Aces going to try to take control of the point here. However, both supports are down for the Aces at the moment. That might stop them from capping this point right now, but we do see Young here popping this overclock, looking for absolutely anyone. They found Quirky first, but then Skinny coming back into the fight finds them. Then we also see CBM find Monkey Boy here, and the Rhine sacrificing himself with that charge gets Skinny off the map, but it won't really matter in the end there as the Pack ends up still maintaining control of this point.
I think we're seeing the value out of the Mercy pick coming out from the Pack on Unity here. Quirky Orc had that high noon up first ult very quickly. 2 ults expended there for the side of Pack. Ace is going to be coming straight back in this Shatter. No shield on the other team to block it. We're going to be able to see if that comes out. Ooh.
Stingy gonna charge in there, but immediately gets taken out. A little bit of hubris coming out there. He charged headfirst into a couple arrows there from Spider. Quirky takes care of Prox, but the Death Blossom comes up from Monkey Boy. Only able to find one. Spider absolutely going off on one right now. 4 kills coming his way, and we see Murloc get rezzed here by Uni.
I think this round's almost over. I mean, we've got 4 ults on the side of Pack. I think Stingy's just way too excited to use this Shatter. Proximus going down with a beat. And I think Shatter gets 1. It might be able to return this fight, but I think Stingy's got no resources on this high ground.
Yeah, but right now you're seeing trades go back and forth here. Pack currently sitting in the lead right now with Spider finding Monkey Boy there. However, they do have their Rhine on point right now, but no more shield left. The beat does come out here from Prox. Zex also popping their damage rates on that high ground there. Gonna try to heal their team as much as they can. They're actually able to flip point here. However, we continue to see the Pack pick up kill after kill here. Spider again finding Young there, and now it's just essentially the Pack trying to clean up this team fight. Stingy out of the equation. So is Zex. Skinny going off on one right now, doing a great job. And now we start to see the Pack get back on point. Monkey Boy now on the trade, just gonna try to hold on to this point as long as they can. That grenade there from Murky or Quirky able to find them there, and they find Prox as well. Skinny takes care of Young, but now we see Stingy come back on the ball, just try to hold on to this point as long as they possibly can here. I believe we did see Zex come back out on the Kariko, immediately throw that Suzu down, but they get taken out. Pack retakes the point here. A nice headshot there from Spider. Already 2 kills, looking for a third. The ball back on point now. Pack does have the point right now. The Dragon Strike coming out here from Spider. It's on point here. Takes care of Prox there. And now they're just looking for more. The Pack continue to pick up kill after kill here. We're still in overtime. Young able to find one with this overclock here. They're going for a second. Able to find a second
this is
one.
turnable for him. He gets 3. Turnable gets 4, going for the 5k, gets 4, gets the Diva out of mech. This is definitely looking very turnable. Oh, but Monkey Boy, the C9! Ooh. Oh, the C9. After the C9 after such an intense round. You got to be kicking yourself if your ace is there. Oh, that was insane. Bumps coming out with the 4 kills. I think the biggest problem we saw there was it just taking too long for anything to happen. I think aces with the speed boost, they were taking a lot of space, but I think Pack were just playing a nice little ring around the rosy, just shooting straight into Stingy, and he was exploded in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, and honestly, like, we were talking about there, and you talked about it a lot. Young almost single-handedly flipped that point back into their favor there, but just C9ing at a point where that overtime was going so long that if you were off the point for even half a second, that overtime clock was just going to deplete right away. But we're already seeing a lot of swaps going back out here from the aces. Monkey Boy going back over to the Sim, but just for the TP, and then they're swapping over to a Tracer.
Yeah, I do like seeing this ball comp. I do know Sinji's favorite tank is the ball, and this map is definitely really good for this ball comp. Starting off, Bumps is gonna fall straight away. This is not good for them. I don't really understand the Sojourn pick in this ball comp unless you're mirroring a ball. We're gonna see how well that turns out for him. But Sinji's just going straight in, and I mean, this fight doesn't look like it matters. Trades going back and forth. Stingy's just gonna try and capture the point now. I don't know if he's gonna be any successful since the Pack still have the supports on their side.
Yeah, it was a 2v2 there, but like you said, the Pack did have a support there that was keeping Skinny up and supported in that fight. Now we're starting to see both teams come back out here. Monkey Boy able to find Murloc though out there. That gives them a little bit of advantage, gets rid of that Kariko. Uni almost out as well, and they get taken out there by Zex. Quirky though does find Zex right before that kill comes off there, so now even things going on. He's right, Bomb now coming out from Skinny, does not find anyone there, but Spider picking up some slack there, finds Young. Monkey Boy, again, it's just a thing of trades right now. One kill going one way, one kill going back the other right now. No one has capped point yet right now. Outlaw Aces have some percentage going their way. Now the Pack retake the point here a little bit and start to finally build up that and will cap point first.
I'd like to make a note here to the pulse bomb ult charges. Spider already has that pulse bomb up, while Monkey Boy's only about a third of a way to his. I think he used Skinny. The defense matrix is really showing the difference there on being able to protect his teammates there. Yeah, and I mean, Proximus almost coming up on this rally, but I don't know what you're really going to use this for against the Pack.
Yeah, and you're talking about Spider and Quirky already having their ultimate. Skinny had a bomb already, and they're already at above 50%. And Spider's Pulse Bomb, even with getting taken out there, takes care of both supports, like you said. And again, the Pack just cleaning up kill after kill here. Quirky finds 2 to get the first team kill here of the series.
That is unfortunate for Proximus. His shield breaks right as the Pulse goes out, falls onto the ground, and him and Zex just get to stare at each other as the pulse bomb blows them up. That's really unfortunate. I don't think this ball comp is really getting any dives straight down. I feel like maybe a Stingy and Monkey Boy and pick this up, they can get this done. Gonna be seeing a minefield coming out, hopefully. No, Stingy opts not to use it here. Probably gonna roll through and then use mines. No. We're gonna be seeing Stingy. When are you gonna give us the minefield? But I mean, Aces do have 5 ultimates, so we are just gonna be waiting for them to just go ahead and use these.
Well, here comes the first one, the minefield. Now we have the overclock, the rally, and the pulse bomb all have been used by the Outlaws this fight. Pulse bomb at least finds one so far. Monkey Boy finds a second one right there, taking care of both supports for the pack. We do see the Outlawed Aces finally take point for the first time on this map. Quirky, though, does find Monkey Boy. However, this fight already won here by the Aces. You see everyone on the pack backing up to regroup in spawn here and going to come back out for an attack. However, that was a I
think if you're pack, you're really happy with that fight. I mean, you were able to force 4 ultimates, and you still have 2 of your own. Coming in with another pulse bomb. I mean, you got that Diva bomb. Ooh, that looks promising. Forces the trance, still gets 1. Bumps down early is not looking good for Aces unless they can turn this around really quickly.
Yeah, they definitely need to find a couple picks here and fast. Getting Diva out of this mech. That is a huge one for them. They're getting Diva out of it right now. You see Monkey Boy trying just to chunk down that Diva there. Not able to just yet. They're desperately looking for someone here. High Noon ready for Quirky here. And already 2 kills going the way of the pack here. Their DPS line doing a lot of work right now. And the Pulse Bomb finds procs there. And looks like the pack are really getting ready here to recap the point. And oh, so close, but yet so far away. Finally, though, they're able to retake point.
They're just going to commit this High Noon. I think you're perfectly fine with that. It is just High Noon. Rez going to be coming back. Pack have 5 here. They are close to this rush. Bump's going to be going over the Sombra. I think it's a key that's been missing for a long time in this comp. I think the Sombra could make a change. I'm not sure how attuned Young Bumps' Sombra is, and I think it might be too late. 10% and counting here. Monkey Boy's Pulse Bomb has to come in big, and it looks promising. Ooh, the Suzu going to be coming out from Chef Murloc. A great Suzu saving his team here. And is anybody going to touch the point? There goes Stingy with a pick. Going to be touching point right away with this minefield going out.
Yeah,
looks promising.
Minefield comes out, got a little bit unfortunate. There were some of those mines going on that high ground right there, but in overtime right now, Outlaw Aces here just gonna try to hold on to this overtime clock as long as they can. Try to get a retake here. They do have the kills going their way, and they're able to do it right there. You're immediately gonna see everyone on the pack here now fall back, regroup. They do have a lot of ultimates coming up in this next fight.
I think Sombra's gonna be a big difference maker here. Bumps can really make this work. If they can cycle this EMP, they can potentially salvage this entire map. I mean, 70% and counting, they really only need 1 fight. They've got almost both support ults, but I mean, if you look on the side of pack, they've got almost 5 ults. You have to wonder if these 2 support ults are going to be enough against this just assault is the word I'm trying to use here of ultimates.
Well, you already see both support ultimates come out here for the pack. Valkyrie and Consuming Rush already used right now, and we already see 1 kill going the way of the pack right now. That's a good start for them. They get rid of Young Bump, so there will be no EMP this fight. However, look at the percentage, 94 and counting right now, and they take care of Stingy. The stick there come out onto someone there for the Outlaw Aces there, but the bomb kill from Skinny, able to find procs here. The Transcendence having to be forced out here by Zex just to try to keep their team alive in this fight. Overtime has now commenced. The pack retake the point, and they're able to take care of Young, but someone able to get back in touch in time.
Yeah, I think this Diva here eating the pulse bomb from Monkey Boy as well. I think Skinny's making this comp really hard to get pulled off. I mean, that defense matrix is really shutting down any dives at all that are coming out from the side of Outlawed Aces. And I mean, a very decisive win coming out from pack here, showing who's boss, right?
Yeah, honestly, throughout those first 2 points, it really seemed like the pack was the better team, at least here on Busan. I will give Outlawed Aces a lot of credit. They did really do a lot better on that second point there of Midtown or downtown. But, you know, it just seemed like the pack played it perfectly almost every time. Every time that we saw the Aces take point, everyone on the pack kind of just backed out of the fight that were alive, making sure not to stagger or feed into anything the Outlaw Aces were trying to do.
Yeah, and I think it went a lot better after the Sombra pick, but they weren't actually able to build an EMP. Bumps was actually the first blood for that crucial fight. Probably might have gotten caught out. I know Skinny's no amateur on the Diva, probably doing a lot of spy checking there. And I don't think Bumps is a very akin to the Sombra. So we might be able to see a swap if they're going to be considering running that ball comp. But I mean, we are going to be running straight into Midtown. Do you think they might run the ball there? I don't know if that's exactly the best idea for a Midtown.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily know if that's the best idea either for them. I feel like a Midtown map, you want to have a tank that maybe has like a shield, maybe a Ryan, maybe a Sigma comes out, maybe even possibly a Winston, but I don't necessarily know what the best comp is for a Midtown map. I haven't really had a chance to play it a lot in comp, but what do you think is the best comp that we could be seeing coming out on the Midtown?
I think Midtown's gonna let you pick depending on the other team. I think on the attack you can't go wrong with a dive, but I think Aces, their ball dive wasn't looking very strong there. I think if they might sub in a Sombra player or someone else, they might be able to get into the flow. But I think otherwise, I mean, they could just go into the Orisa. You know, we were in an Orisa meta for a while, and she's still decent enough. I mean, a lot of tanks really work. I wouldn't say many tanks other than maybe Hog or Zarya are in an exactly terrible place. So I think if Aces just sticks to what they've been able to do for the rest of the season, maybe get off that ball. They're not quite sure what to do against the D.Va yet. So I think that's Pac's biggest key is their ability to run that D.Va, and not a lot of people are running D.Va. Not a lot of people know what to do against it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. It really did seem like that the Outlawed Aces kind of struggled going into that D.Va there on that last map. And on the first map as well, when we did see it, it just seemed like they didn't necessarily know how to play around it there. That damage matrix that the D.Va had really eats up a lot of damage. And honestly, I thought when they made that Sombra pick there, it was to kind of counter the D.Va a little bit. But instead, I feel like we always saw the Sombra going after one of the DPSs instead.
Yeah, I think you, as Sombra, you really just got to go with your ball. That's all you really got to do. You and your ball and your Trace are going to be on the same page, get on the same target, but I don't think we ever saw that. I mean, we did see some really good dives from Stingy, and I mean, the Pulse Bomb dive came out with a pile drive, but I do think Stingy spent a while trying to get that Suzu out of Chef Murloc, but he was not budging, and when the Pulse Bomb came out, it was able to deny the Pulse Bomb. I think that was going to be a really good Pulse Bomb from Monkey Boy, but it was just completely denied by the Suzu, and I think the supports are really showing here, but I think the big thing for Pac is just their overall synergy. It seems like all of them are just really just going at it, and I mean, they just seem like a cohesive unit.
Yeah, honestly, I was going to say something along those lines right there about the Pack. It seems like they are a well-coordinated team throughout that first map. Outlawed Aces, on the other hand, you know, they're up there as well. They are one of the better teams in this Diamond NA console tier at the moment. So I would be expecting the same thing from them, but maybe, you know, Control is maybe not their map type. And when we go into the hybrid map of Midtown here, maybe that's a map type that maybe works out a little bit better for them.
Yeah, I think if they can pick it up, they're definitely not out of this just because they lost the control. And I think if they can keep their heads high, try and level off and just get a quick reset into going into Midtown, they can be looking great here. I think we've got a good match coming here.
Yeah, I really do believe so myself as well. Like we've been saying, two of the best teams in Diamond tier right now for consoles in North America that are playing here. I mean, if this goes anything less than 4 maps, I would kind of be disappointed.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a great match. It looks like we're going to be having some subs coming out. We're going to be going Stingy out, going to be subbed in for the Monkey Boy tank, and then we are going to be seeing Piety come in to replace Monkey Boy on that DPS. Piety, I do know, is a well-renowned DPS player. I believe I have played him against Ramatra Rumble. He was a very good adversary. He played a lot of the Sojourn, so I think we might be able to see him maybe even go on the Sombra and keep bumps on the Sojourn, or see what they're going to do here. They might just drop the Sombra overall and just decide to run a hard Brawl comp. I mean, you can definitely get far with just running Brawl, but I don't know if it's going to work. It's a Hanzo D.Va. The big problem is just sending a lot of damage straight into that main tank, and it just looks like he explodes right away.
Yeah, it does look like we'll also be seeing a sub come in for the Pack as well. Or wait, is Zex on the Pack?
No, that is Dipsy for Zex on the Outlawed Aces. Going to be a new flex support. Or actually, we might see Proximus move over to the flex support, get Dipsy in on main support. I'm not sure. That is a new pickup from Aces. Both of these new pickups from last week. So we'll see if they've been able to get that synergy going in scrims.
Yeah, so already seeing a lot of subs come out here for the Aces. Doesn't sound like or look like at the moment that the pack is going to be making any subs. But after that first map, why would you?
Why would you? Yeah, it seems like they're on fire, they're on point. I think that is what they're comfortable with, and I don't think we see any subs out of them until they need to switch off that D.Va. But I mean, even then, I don't see a reason why. I mean, the D.Va's a very versatile pick. You can run in a lot of high ground maps, but we are going to be going straight into this Midtown to be seeing what both these teams want to roll out with, and I mean, they have a lot of options.
Yeah, they have a ton of options on here on Midtown. But, you know, still a little bit of time before we actually get to see any of them here. We talked about who we would expect to see maybe from the tanks, but what do you expect to see from the DPS? Like you talked about maybe seeing a Sombra or a Soldier come out, but what's the other DPS you would expect to see on Midtown here?
I think we're going to be seeing the range kept from the pack. You know, maybe Hanzo with another hit scan, maybe an Ashe from Corkiork with a Mercy. But I do think we're going to be seeing the range DPS come out. I don't think either of these teams is going to go for a particularly short range. Okay, we are going to be sticking to that ball comp on the side of Aces. And, you know, staying truthful, Skinny's on the D.Va, and Pack are just going to run it down with what's been working for them.
Yeah, and I mean, like you said, you expect to see a lot of long-range characters coming out here from the pack. Spider on that Widowmaker and Quirky on the Cassidy. You know, those are exactly what I'm kind of thinking when you're looking for long-range characters. Maybe not Cassidy, maybe you expect an Ashe or a Hanzo to come out there, but Cassidy's still one of those sharpshooters that is very, very dangerous from range.
Yeah, his fall-off range actually increased by a good bit when he has that Mercy pocket, so it almost feels like he is a longer range character when he does have that Mercy pocket, which I think is the plan for Pack. But we are seeing Proximus over on the flex support. I think he is more comfortable on this role than he is on the main support. And then we have Dipsy on the Mercy. It's gonna be seeing. I think Aces are gonna be able to get this ball comp going a lot better here with Piety and Monkey Boy.
Yeah, and you see Spider right now just looking for anyone, and you immediately see Skinny dive in there onto the subway car, trying to get anyone up there. They did run into, I believe, Monkey Boy and Piety up there, but you immediately see him fall back. Now they're going under the subway right here, gonna try to just walk their way to the point right now, as everyone on Ace is gonna stick on that subway car, and then you immediately see Quirky here find Prox out early, and then you see Skinny just dive on that high ground. Dipsy out as well here. This is not a good start for the Aces. Piety, though, able to find one, but so far, that's the only thing the Aces have got.
I think their backline fell apart awfully quickly. I don't think there's any hope here. Yeah, Piety gonna be down. Just Monkey Boy here, who might stall on point. I think he is gonna be dying here quite soon. Don't think he gets a retouch. Hopefully he doesn't stagger. He is gonna be getting bad spawn. Oop, no, he manages to get out. Getting another chance here. I mean, he is getting close to that mines, but I mean, just from what we can tell from the ult chart on Proximus, 23%, he didn't really get to do much. I mean, Quirkiork just showed up and just said, here I am, and oh, Piety getting one shot. That damage was Quirkiork going insane, seeing why we are pocketing him full time here.
Yeah, and like we said, he has been good so far this entire series. Only one map, but again, finds a kill there early, goes into the high noon. They're not able to find anyone, but it's a lot of pressure, a lot of damage already being put out here by Quirky. And just look at what this has allowed the pack to do. Really no contest has come back out from the Aces yet. Even on the control point, there was a very little contest there from Monkey Boy. They're just easily pushing this cart through Midtown at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're just keeping all this space. Finally going to be seeing a pick coming out from the side of Aces. Going to be seeing a trade go away, but Quirkiork, ooh, barely survives here. I do think they are going to be able to salvage this, but I mean, look at where the cart is. The cart's almost gotten 2/3 of the way through this first point.
Yeah, now everyone on the Ace is desperately trying to get rid of that Kariko. But Piety with their pulse bomb able to find two there. That will kind of really help out the Ace here. And Piety finding a third as well. This is helping the Aces just kind of restabilize here on this point and probably get control of that high ground.
I do think Quirkiork is keeping them in check, but I mean, as soon as we saw that, as soon as Quirkiork went down, Piety kind of had free reign. And I think that is what we're going to be seeing here. How much can Piety get away with?
Yeah, but right now, back on Quirky here. They've been able to be a deadeye so far right there, but now I believe that Spider picking up that kill there onto Prox. Quirky finds Dipsy, no supports up now for the Aces. A very, very dangerous moment right now for the Aces. They're contesting this car as long as they can, but Young out as well. Skinny takes care of them. Ooh, Quirky getting that help there at the perfect moment to keep them alive. Piety trying to just pepper in some damage that they can there, and now they're going after Skinny. They're trying to melt them down, not able to just yet as they fall back to safety, but the high noon from Quirky actually able to find Piety.
I think if I was Aces here, I know this Sojourn's going really well for them. Bumps his preferred pick. this overclock couldn't be coming through, seeing if he can find any value. He just jumps straight into the pack. That defense make's just gonna come out getting no. Proximus trying to support him with the Transcendence, but I mean, Bumps just tried to have a field day on high ground, and if I was Aces here, I'd just give up on the Sojourn. I don't think it's gonna work for them, and I think if they are gonna try this, they need to go Brig for this Zen. I feel like Proximus is just falling over really quickly as soon as anyone on pack really looks at him.
Yeah, and right now you already see the pack capping that second point. Over 4.5 minutes in that time bank is a very, very healthy time bank. And you see Skinny and Spider already doing a lot of damage. Here comes the bomb from Skinny, able to find 2. Already 4 members of the Aces out of this team fight right now. They're trying to get rid of the last one there of Young, and they're able to. Now, like I said before, it's just easy pushing on this car right now. Yeah, the Aces are going to come back out, but look at all the distance they're getting so far.
I'm not seeing the value here. I think they're really grasping at straws here, but I don't know what they're going to do. This ball comp is not really working out for them. Monkey Boy close to the mines, but I mean, I think the biggest problem here is just the DPS on pack just kind of look at Aces and shoot, and they just die. I think Monkey Boy, going to be showing off some good grapples here, but I think he needs to do a lot more of this disruption on the DPS on the side of pack.
Yeah, and right now you finally see the pack backing off a little bit there. They did lose, I believe it was Quirky in that engagement there. And they're doing a good job here just backing up. Piety being really, really aggressive. Gonna have to recall there to save themselves. Now have no blinks, able to get away. Actually, no, Quirky shuts me up there. We do see the rest of
this gets at least 2. Yep, Young bumps, and I mean, the team's just split completely, and Quirky can just have a field day. There's Monkey Boy falling. Val gonna be popped. I don't know why Dipsy would opt into popping this Val other than just to run away. Just gonna be a target on height. Piety dropped. As soon as he doesn't have enough blinks and he just stares at Quirky for too long, it's really just over for him. Quirky on fire today.
Yeah, and I'm so surprised we're seeing no swaps coming out here from the Aces as the pack round this card into the home stretch here, almost to the final point here on Midtown right now. But we do see Monkey Boy trying to do their best. The Casino Rush now coming out from Chef Murloc, and the Valkyrie coming out from Uni here. Monkey Boy out of the picture early. Here comes the Dragon Strike from Spider. Now Transcendence being forced out here by Prox as Quirky able to find Piety in that background there, but now the overclock coming in from Young as well. They need to be able to find one with this. They get the stick there from Quirky, and they're not able to find anyone with that overclock right now. It's all starting to fall apart here for the Aces.
I think Bumps is getting way too aggressive with these overclocks. I mean, that's at least 3 times now we've just seen him go straight in, feeling almost unkillable with that overclock, but it is not the case, young friend. Especially when he goes in with almost no help. I think if him and Monkey Boy can start getting a little bit more coordination going, kind of like what we're seeing from Piety, but I mean, what coordination saves you from a damage boosted cast headshot?
And speaking of seeming like they're not dying at the moment, Quirky is just not dying and picking up kill after kill here, making almost 3 kills to end that round there, right there. Over 1.5 minutes in that time bank is very, very healthy for the pack there. However, I do have to give the Aces there some credit. They were able to kind of chunk down that time bank there at the end.
Yeah, they went from 4.5 minutes to 1.5 minutes. I mean, if their defense can look anything like Pack's defense, this could be promising. We could just have ourselves an attack-sided Midtown, and it would not be a first time I see both teams go into overtime or even double overtime on Midtown.
Yeah, and you're hoping for the Aces here that they show some signs of life here. That was a very back and forth defensive round there, I would say. The pack definitely seemed to just overrun them on most of the map, but there were a couple times where the Outlaw Aces did kind of hold the pack for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't account it to as much as Aces really picking it up, which they definitely did, and also that spawn advantage really helped them really whittle down the time bank on the side of pack. Moira Lucio, I don't think there's a lot of options for tanks here for Monkey Boy if they're on Moira Lucio. That's right. We are going to be seeing a Monkey Rush. I think that people call this the zombie comp. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this one.
Actually, I believe you are right. I believe they do call this the zombie comp, especially with Young there going over to the Reaper. Just those 2 supports are there, and then Reaper also being able to heal himself up with every shot, essentially. It's basically just something that keeps him alive forever. So I think you are right. This is the zombie comp coming out from the Outlaws.
I think this comp is really promising against what Pack is running, but I mean, that D.Va is historically a better matchup into the Monkey, but I think if they can all stick together here, this could definitely work out for them.
Yeah, they want to take the fight here through the subway car right now. You already see Piety go through the entirety of the subway car and get onto that point. Now they're trying to run away here from Spider so they don't get headshotted, and now they're just trying to juke around him. As you see everyone in the background there from the Aces diving on point. Spider, though, able to take care of Piety there. The D-Mech coming out on the Skinny. Monkey Boy jumping in, trying to take care of anyone, but you see Quirky take care of Young Bumps there.
He's taking a lot of space, but they forget about the DPS behind him, and Quirkiork just has a field day. And Spider, they're going to be able to salvage what was looking for a pretty decent fight for Aces. I don't think all hope is lost there. I think Piety caught an accidental arrow, might have engaged way too quickly here, but I do think Aces, this is a good comp for them. Monkey Boy, 66 to this Primal, and I think he's getting a lot of value off this Monkey.
Yeah, I have to agree with you right there, but look at Spider right now. Already 85% on that Dragon Strike. They can get that Dragon Strike here very, very quickly if they land, hell, maybe even just one headshot right now. That's all they need, and they're at a very good angle right now to get that Dragon Strike.
Yeah, I mean,
fast.
This is a really long rotate, but they did use amp speed. I don't know how their engage is going to go. They might just sit here and wait for their amp speed. They want to get out of that room before Spider gets his ultimate, but yeah, we're going to be seeing a dive coming out straight away. Bell used already. Trades going back and forth, but I mean, it does look like it's on the side of Pack right now.
Yeah, just trades, like you said, going back and forth. Pack taking the advantage right there at the end. The Dragon Strike coming out there, maybe a little bit forced, but Spider just able to take care of them without needing to use the Dragon Strike, it seemed.
Yeah, I mean, he's happy with using a Dragon Strike. It is Dragon Strike. Aces haven't used an ultimate yet, but I mean, Packer's still looking great. I think Monkey Boy, yeah, Aces are trying to take advantage of their faster spawns here. They are going to be back first. Both teams have ults. I mean, this could look like a pretty packed fight.
Yeah, right now, though, Skinny and that bomb might be the most deadly one here. High Noon coming out from Quirky. 2 kills coming out here from Monkey Boy. Piety finds the third one there. This is a fight the the Aces desperately need. Bomb coming out on point. Does not find anyone. Young able to find Skinny before they get back.
On Monkey Boy. Ooh, the dragon. Wait, is that another dragon from Spider?
Did he really get one that fast?
Wait, he just got another dragon?
What?
I believe he did. And he gets 2 as well. I mean, they're going to try and bring this back. Valkyrie going to be used? I think they have a chance to win this here.
Yeah, Kasuna Rush now coming back out from the pack. The beat being forced out here by Prox to keep their team supported. And now Outlaw Aces desperately need to find something here. They're so close to capping this point. They need to just have a little bit more momentum go their way, but Monkey Boy taken out fast. Prox taken out right after that. It's all starting to fall apart here for the Aces.
Okay, we can't ignore the elephant in the room. Spider definitely got another Dragon Strike back-to-back that fight. That is unbelievable. And that Dragon managed to get a kill, managed to get their engage back onto the point, 94.5%. And Outlawed Aces have two ultimates, both DPS ultimates. And I mean, Skinny's on Diva. That defense matrix could shut both of those ultimates down, and I'm not doubting him.
Yeah, and you can also talk about Murloc being able to completely, just Suzu the ultimates away from any damage. The stick comes out, you will see the Suzu, I believe, come out to keep him alive right there. But here comes the Death Blossom, finds one, but Young taken out right after that by Spider, who's been an absolute deadeye so far. But Monkey Boy able to find Uniday there. Now another Dragon Strike coming out from Spider, and it finds Dipsy. Monkey Boy taken out by Skinny as well. It's just up to Piety on the point right now. Proximus is there as well. They're able to find Spider now. You see Piety here going after Chef Murloc, almost being able to take care of him. They're desperately trying to, you're going to see the TP come out there from Chef Murloc, keeps him alive. Bomb now coming out from Skinny on point, and Piety doesn't recall in time.
Missed the ability, and this attack sided Midtown is not looking like it. Monkey Boy desperate attempts to get onto the point. And I mean, this High Noon is just gonna hold him behind there, just free. There's gonna be free kills. And I think we gotta get a check on Spider. Does he have Dragon Strike on a cooldown? That's what it looks like right now. I think he might have Dragon Strike on that 30-second cooldown. I might have missed a patch for Hanzo, but holy. Piety is going to get this play of the game. I do believe this is a 3K he got earlier, going to be shutting down the momentum from Pack. Oh, yeah, this was nice stick. Nice stick.
Yeah, that was the first team fight that the Aces won on their defensive side. It kind of did help them get back into the game a little bit there and hold on that second point for what only ended up being another team fight on that first push to the second point. But, it was something that did give them a little bit of momentum there on Midtown.
And I mean, we were talking about Aces, setting down, getting that mental back, but I mean, you're nervous now. I mean, it hasn't been that close now. So now you really have to figure out what you're gonna do against this diva, against this comp that Pack is presenting. I mean, it's not just the comp. I mean, we are seeing every member on that team. I mean, if it's Quirky or just one-shotting Piety with that damage boost, or Spider with that Dragon Strike on a cooldown, we really don't know what we're gonna see from either of these teams. I mean, Pack is just looking so dominant.
Yeah, and like you said, it seemed like Spider almost has that Dragon Strike on a cooldown there. I believe we saw him use a Dragon Strike, and within 60 seconds, use another Dragon Strike.
I believe it was less. I believe it was less. Because they used it to win the team fight, then the next team fight they had a quick engage, because they had better spawns, and then he used Dragon again on his disengage. And then he actually went back in and killed 2 and saved the point for his team. And I mean, that's just gotta, I don't know if you've ever been there, but I mean, if you're there with 3 on point, the other team just comes in and one guy kills half your team. I mean, that's gotta feel bad for Aces. I mean, the DPS on Pack just single-handedly ripping it out. We are gonna be seeing some more subs. We're gonna be seeing Solar in for Monkey, Monkey Boy back in for Bumps, and Zex for Dipsy. So we're gonna be seeing back to what looks like Solar, I believe, for Bumps is the net swaps here. Solar, another player on Aces I haven't really heard of, but I mean, we are in for Pack 3-0ing, or Aces really trying to get this reverse sweep in?
I mean, Aces needs to find something here. They're bringing in Solar, I believe, for the first time tonight. Zex is coming back in, and Monkey Boy swapping with Bumps here. I mean, there's a lot that's going on in the Aces team right now. I mean, you can talk about Busan being a map that maybe just not their map type, but on Midtown here, it just seemed like they had nothing going their way there. They only won, I believe, maybe 3 or 4 team fights there. They were able to start out the cart for a little bit, but then after that, it just seemed like there were some clutch plays coming out from members of the Pack, but then just the Pack as a whole just seemed like a little bit of a better team at the moment.
Yeah, very decisive from Pack. I mean, it really just feels like when they decide they want something done, they get it done. And I mean, actually, I do remember you call out the Suzu. The Suzu was actually, I believe, on cooldown when the pulse bomb came through. We actually saw Quirky Orc roll to actually avoid the damage from that pulse bomb, because we did see a hit marker from Piety. I do believe there is, I think, a 40 or 50% damage reduction when you roll. 30. Yeah, 30, something like that. But it is enough to keep you alive from pulse bomb. And I mean, we're just seeing every player just fend for each other so much here.
Yeah, team communication seems to be the biggest thing going the way of the Pack at the moment there. That roll coming out, and let's just be honest, if that pulse bomb goes onto the Kariko or the Mercy there, that's at least 1 or 2 kills coming that way, especially if the Suzu was on cooldown, like you said. That right there was probably something that changed the pace of that map. And honestly, if we don't see that Cassidy rolling out of that pulse bomb there, maybe we're still currently in Midtown right now and watching as Outlawed Aces pushes the cart.
Yeah, I mean, they had 2 minutes on the time. It would have been a pretty healthy time bank. Nothing like Pack, but I mean, they would have been set really well. I think we're going to be seeing Solar in on a new tank. I don't know who this is, but they could be bringing out that Junker Queen I was talking about. And I mean, they might be their last saving grace. And we're going to be going to, what is it, Junkertown?
Yep.
The homeland of Junker Queen. I'm really hoping for this Junker Queen here.
Yeah, but Junkertown, especially on that first point, normally you see a lot of long-range characters like a Widowmaker, a Ashe, a Hanzo, a Cassidy come out, and we saw the Pack there absolutely use a Hanzo and a Cassidy to perfection on Midtown.
It is what they want. It is what they want. And I mean, again, we're seeing Pack, these 5 same players. That's all they really want. That's all they really need. And they're probably going to be showing up with the Diva, Kree. Maybe we're going to be seeing a Widow. I do think maybe they are on defense. Maybe.
It does look like that. Yeah, it does look like the Ace is going to be attacking here first. Pack going to be on defense here first. So honestly, if the Pack has a really good defense, this could be a very, very quick Junkertown map and a very, very quick series.
I like what I'm seeing from Aces. This is a new shift from anything we've seen from them. They're running that double flex support with the Ana Zen. We are seeing Sombra Tracer, which I think is a really good start to shutting down this comp that Pack have.
If I could just run some tests.
Yeah, but honestly, it really all comes down to, like you said before, this how this Sombra plays, especially with communicating with their tank and with their other DPS right now. We didn't see them get a lot of success out of it on Busan. It has to be different here if the Aces want to try to extend this series.
A Diva Mirror, and this is definitely something new. I don't think they are definitely trying to challenge them at their own game, and we're going to be seeing if that's what they can get for their final stand here.
Yeah, but you see right now Spider here trying to find any head that they can possibly find here at the moment. They're expecting one here, but Quirky already takes care of Piety. Monkey Boy out as well. Quirky just picking off right where they left off.
I mean, these DPS, I mean, you've just got to be... It's just so unfortunate. I mean, they don't really have a chance to do anything. I think they might have gone in together, but still before their tank, and it just cost them immediately. Quirky Orc, no mercy. Just right away. We're going to be seeing Monkey Boy critically low. Probably are in this invis, though, so they're going to be perfectly fine. But I think that we just have to see for these ultimates. I mean, worst case scenario, we could be seeing Outlawed Aces farm that EMP, and I mean, it should be close to a fight win.
Yeah, you see Solo Shock here actually getting very, very lucky, able to get back into their mech here. So we might see a little bit of a push coming out here. Monkey Boy looks like they're targeting one of the supports, but get it instead hack the Diva. However, already you see Zex and Monkey Boy taken out of this fight, as the Outlaw Aces probably need to back off from this fight now, losing 2 members already.
It feels like they're not... Monkey Boy, yep, going over to that Genji. I don't think he was getting as much value as he wanted on that Sombra. Quirky Orc was just in his head, rent-free. I mean, just always waiting for him. And I mean, we saw a headshot from Chef Murloc dropping critically low, actually. Ooh.
And Monkey
right
Boy,
away, as soon as they engage, just Quirky Orc just finds someone.
yeah, Monkey Boy just not allowed to play so far in Junkertown right now. Piety getting taken out by Quirky Orc as well. And look how far the Aces have been able to push this car right now. This is not a very far distance. And hell, this is exactly where the pack wants it to be because it's in between 2 choke points.
Yeah, it just really seems like these DPS on pack have their number. I don't think we were seeing too much from Spider, but I don't really think we need to see any more. Pulse Bomb's gonna fly wide, but we're gonna start seeing ults come out.
High Noon coming out on the Quirky, able to find Monkey Boy, who again has not been able to play yet on this map, but we finally see someone on the pack fall in battle. Quirky are taken out. Now they're desperately trying to get Uni Day here, but they have to pop the Valve to stay alive, and they're gonna be able to stay alive, and they get the added bonus of Skinny taking care of Solar Shock's mech there. But however, Outlaw's now starting to push this card a little bit. However, Solar Shock out of the fight, and now Skinny absolutely diving on to Proximus there, able to take him out, and you already see a fallback, but Piety, though, able to take at least one person out with them there as Chef Murloc out of this fight.
I think he's getting a little bit of a better foothold against Quirky Orc here, but as soon as we saw Solar Shock and Piety go into that backline, Skinny immediately realizing that and coming back, getting great peel, and Unity is able to just come back. Ooh, we're Unity down. I mean, this is the first good start we're seeing for Aces. They can just keep everyone alive here. Getting another one.
This is a great start here for the Aces. 3 straight kills going their way, and the bomb did come out from Skinny. Not able to find anyone. Chef Murloc taken out of this fight. Now all they need to do is get rid of Skinny. The D-Mech is a great start here, and then immediately you see everyone from the Aces dive on them. This might be just enough here to get this first point for the Aces.
And I mean, Skinny's dead here last, so it just pretty much gets rid of any chance that Pack have of recontesting this. Spider coming out onto the May pick. I think this might be targeted at just... Good Suzu. Isolating Solar Shock here? Or maybe just making Monkey Boy's life living hell. Ooh, gonna be caught out. Monkey Boy, can you get out? He does get out. Gonna be seeing this blade. I don't think they're gonna be close to a nano blade, but he might just wait.
I think Piety used the pulse bomb. It stuck to Spider, but Spider ice blocked out of it there. A great play coming out there from Spider, but you might have been right. The Suzu might have came out there from Chef Murloc to save everyone on their team in that engagement, but the Outlaw Ace is doing a good job here, just pushing through. Here comes the blade. It's not going to be nanoed, but they're trying to get rid of this High Noon. High Noon up right now, still up. Monkey Boy gets taken out by Quirky Orc there. Quirky Orc also takes care of Piety, and Proximus looking for more right now. Gonna get the D-Mech here onto Solar Shock, but CBM Spider able to take care of them.
Oh, I don't know if Zax is going to get out here. Yep, they're going to let him live. He will live to tell the tale. But he did just see his entire team just get absolutely massacred. Now, he personally didn't have an angle on his team, but Monkey Boy is just going to be switching over to the Hanzo. I do think this might be the 3rd character we've seen him on. I don't think he's grabbing his foothold on. His foothold very well here. And I think this could be, I mean, we did see Aces pretty much in overtime kept second point. This might just be the situation. Quick Quirky Orc gonna go straight down.
But great start there. Monkey Boy already finding a lot of value on that Hanzo swap, able to get the headshot there on the Quirky Orc, and doesn't seem like a res is going to come out. However, young Uniday popping the Valkyrie here, the beat coming out from Proximus, and the Nano coming out on the Solo Shock, who does have that bomb ready to go. Looks like they're letting that thing fly. Not going to find anyone there. Now the Blizzard coming out here from Spider. It catches one. It's just Solo Shock, but they will get the DMAC from them. Piety finds Murloc. However, every kill after that going the way of the pack. The Pulse Bomb coming out there from Piety as well. Just not able to find anyone just yet. And Piety in between a rock and a hard place right now.
Live. I mean, if I'd be him, I'd be very scared. I mean, Hanzo can one-shot me, Mei can one-shot me, Kiriko can almost one-shot me. I would be very scared.
Now we're seeing
that fight it looked so well for Aces, but it feels like mid-fight they just fall apart so quickly.
And now we're seeing Solo Shock come out here on this Orisa. A very interesting pick, especially with less than a minute to go now for them. But they need to have something go their way here if they want to cap this second point. They are able to Javelin, I believe, the Mei off that high ground there. And now they're able to spin. I believe that was Skinny off that high ground as well. The bomb coming out for Skinny, not able to find anyone. Sunny Rush coming out from Chef Murloc on that high ground. Here comes a high noon from Quirky Orc, not able to find anyone, but all the kills still go in the way of the pack at the moment. Quirky Orc trying to find, I believe that was Proximus there, but just not able to. And now, again, the Outlaw Aces running out of time here, and another tank swap coming out.
We're going to be seeing Doom. This looks like a desperation stall pick. Monkey Boy with the Dragons from spawn. I don't think either of these is going to get an exceptional amount of value, and he might have engaged too early. I mean, he might be, the Dragon does make it to point, but I don't know. We're going to be seeing a miracle here, and Spider does go down. We can be seeing Piety getting that miracle coming through. I mean, it looks like he's on a rampage. Ooh, gets 3.
Look at all the damage Piety's been able to do, but Quirky Orc still alive, is just still as much of a
so
threat.
Much mayhem. And the C9? Oh, Piety gets on point, but Quirky Orc looking unkillable here. The Valk's going to be popped exclusively for him, and I mean, Aces can't get him down. There we go. Finally going to be dropped. Another overtime situation, but I mean, Unity is just having a field day on point.
Yeah, but right now they're the only reason this point is still being stalled. Your Skinny coming back out, and we do see a kill go their way. However, Proximus does find Uniday out there. Quirky Orc was actually able to get res there, so they're back in this fight. Now the Blizzard coming out from C9 again.
C9 again, the Blizzard from Spider. The Blizzard from Spider, I guess we can give him a pass that there was a Blizzard, but I definitely think they could have rotated touches there. Not looking good. I mean, in other overtime situation, they almost got the card all the way in, but I think Unity and Quirky Orc really just going so well together there. Piety really doing his best to trying to keep Aces in here.
Yeah.
They look desperate. They look desperate.
I mean, hell, they have to be desperate at this point. They're down 2-0, series point, backs against the wall here. Really, it all comes down to this first point defense for the Aces here. They need to do the exact same thing the pack did, or even better if just holding the pack on this first point. The Aces did show some signs of life, I do have to say, on their push phase there, but it just seemed like the pack and had a little bit better answers and just a little bit better plays come out from individual players on their team.
I'm hoping this is a spawn camp. I think Aces need to be able to pull off a spawn camp. I don't know if this... it does look like this might be a spawn camp attempt. If they can pull this off for at least a minute, they're looking really good into this first point. Because if you can hold that, you can get at least still 3 fights on this first point. And I think that's what they really need. They really need to get them into overtime.
Yeah, and I like this coming out from the Aces. Because like you said, even if they lose this fight here fast, they can still come back out and contest the cart. Spider looking for anyone over there, but immediately gonna now put their sights on there. Oh, almost gets Zex there, but not able to. Actually, Spider going incredibly low here. Gonna get healed up here by Chef Murloc on that high ground. Suzu, I believe, already coming out, or maybe that was a TP from Chef Murloc. But right now, Outlaw Ace is doing a good job holding the spawn.
I think as long as they don't peek, this is just a poke comp from Pack for now. So as long as they don't peek, I mean, Pack are gonna keep getting angles, but yeah, they can keep rotating here. Their shield is gonna be dropping low, so I think they are just gonna ban this spawn camp. Not sure I can blame them, but there's Solar Shock hasn't really been able to keep his shield up.
I mean, the shield's almost broke. They don't want that to break right there, but CBM Spider here, been a deadeye so far this series, so Piety just testing them there might be a little bit dangerous, especially with them getting hit by that Venom Mine right there, but look at Piety, already 82% on their high noon.
Quirker not far behind, especially with this Mercy Pot. Could be the difference in Piety going down. Spider, he played with fire for too long, and Spider said, not today.
Yeah,
I think this fight, if they can keep holding this, they can bring this back. They're holding a lot of space, but Spider and Quirky there working together, and I think they need to die really quickly here. I mean, if you're solo, you just drop your shield here. You need to die really quickly so you can get another recontest here.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you there, but at that point, you're just basically trying to stall that cart as long as you can. I understand Solar holding up that shield a little bit longer, but you do see them immediately swap over to the Sigma instead. I do like this swap coming out for them right now, but look at the pack. 5 ultimates about to be ready. You already see Spider using their visor here so that they know where everyone on the aces is.
I don't think this is going to fare well. Piety going to start them off with the high noon, but I think this should mainly be a zoning out after DM runs out. He's going to find the Diva and the mech, and the baby Diva, I mean, sorry. And this is looking like a fight they are going to be able to win. Yeah, Piety gets another 2, and I think him and his team are they're really trying to stay in this. You can really tell.
Yeah, you can tell, especially with how aggressive Piety is getting here. They want to try to stagger out the pack here as much as they possibly can, but everyone able to get over that wall there, get back towards their spawn, and regroup. Still, I believe, over about a minute and a half left to go for the pack, and that's already a great pick to get stuff started.
Yeah, he's really pushing his limits, but I think Aces need to realize Spider is going to chop their heads off. They need to know that is the limit. Oh, B coming out here in a 3v5. Don't really know what the whim is. I think they might just try and stall until their team gets back, but Beat is practically gone. Monkey Boy gonna fall. Not before he manages to get Spider, though.
Yeah, and again, this is
gonna be very scrappy.
And again, this is probably gonna be one of those fights where you see the Outlawed Aces just try to hold on this point as long as they possibly can. Immortality Field does come out there to keep Soul Shock alive for as long as it can, but you immediately see 3 members of the Aces get taken out in less than a second there. First point capped. Now it's up to the Aces to hold on as long as they can here. 3.5 minutes is what the pack have to match what the Aces did.
Now, unlike Pack on their defense, Pack actually had a full regroup. They could hold this high ground close, but I think if Pack can get 3 on point, they can get this payload under the bridge before they can really get any value, but no, I think they're just going to keep the 1. They are holding really far up, though. So I think this is going to make Aces have to really take their time reclaiming all this space.
And you did immediately see Spider pop their visor there, so they knew where the Aces were gonna go. Pack had a lot of ultimates coming in this one, and they're already seeing one right here. Oh, the high noon's gonna get lifted up into the air. Takes care of both the supports there for the Aces. A little bit of team play not going the way the Aces wanted, and that's exactly what the Pack wanted.
Ooh, Solar really helping that high noon. I really think Quirky knew that was coming. That looked very telegraphed from his side. He knew that was coming, and I mean, I think this is it. We might see a stall pick, but 3 on point, and this could be it for this series. Yeah, I mean, meters left, Proximus and both supports going to be desperately trying to get something going here, but I don't know. Zex is going to find 1. There is res on the board. Maybe, oh, Aces are back.
Piety back on that Sombra, immediately gets taken out there by Quirky Orc, but somehow the Aces getting back into this fight right now. Now the damage maker's coming out here from Zex, has to find someone through it. They're going to be able to chunk down Quirky Orc there, but Skinny immediately takes Zex out right after that. You see Solo come back out on the Doomfist. That was a situational pick last round as well. It's a situational pick here again. However, Outlawed Ace is finding some kills here. This is exactly what they needed.
Finding kills? I don't know if this B was what they needed, but I mean, it's definitely going to be enough to scare Pack away. I think if they can cycle these ults, there is hope, but they do not have support ults. They used Pulse Bomb as well. I think they were really scared of losing this series, and they might have overcommitted. Because Pack does have 4 ults here. I mean, Piety needs to get this EMP up now.
Yeah, they need to get it up now. They're going to have it almost ready to go here. The bomb is going to be forced out here. High noon coming out, Piety, and the bomb does find 1. Monkey Boy able to find Chef Murloc, though, so kind of keeping everything kind of balanced. But however, Quirky Orc just starting to take over right now. Skinny finds Prox, and now it's just up to Monkey Boy on the Tracer, I believe, trying to jump around, but not going to be able to do it just enough. The Pack comes in and makes a statement here tonight, sweeping the Outlawed Aces.
Wow, what a great match. We really, the 3-0 scoreline really doesn't do Aces justice. I know they did get run a little bit, but I think they still held their ground enough. I mean, they just had a lot of these moments where they just kind of let the DPS on Pack do as they pleased, and that's not something you want to let happen.
No, it is not. And like you said, the DPS for the pack absolutely took over at different points throughout this map. CBM Spider and Cork York there. Just there are so many plays we can talk about throughout this entire series on Busan, Midtown, and then on Junkertown. Just absolutely taking over and really helping their team win tonight.
Yeah, it really just felt like Aces was just a punching bag for these DPS. They're just getting sent from one side to the other, and I think a big difference on both of these teams, we actually only saw the Mercy come out for Aces. I believe it was for one fight on Midtown, and the amount of picks that Piety was getting being reversed by Unity, just getting that Resurrect off, and I mean, especially with the help of Skinny with a defense matrix, there's not much to stop that.
Yeah, and also
getting them back is just really strong. Sorry.
No, I was also just gonna say that Mercy pick coming out from the pack, they were mainly pocketing the DPS there. That's why we were able to see them just pop off in so many moments there. And we have to go back to that last hold they had on their defensive there. It was Cork York and the Mercy just valking there on point for the longest time. That allowed everyone on the pack to get back out to contest that and eventually win that fight and prevent Outlawed Aces from capping that second point on Junkertown.
Yeah, it just really felt like those two just took the show into their own hands. And I mean, it was a 2v4, 2v3 on point. And I mean, he got one, he fell, but then they just kind of let Unity slip back in there and get the res. That's really not what we want to see from Aces coming out tonight. Really, really upsetting performance. I mean, this is going to cost them, I believe, their second seed, especially if Pac can win again next week. That's going to be seeing Pac get their free first round, which, I mean, the Aces season just got a lot harder.
Yeah, but honestly, this might be the best scenario for the Aces. Maybe this is kind of the matchup they needed to kind of gauge where they were right now. We did talk about it. This was a much closer series than what the 3-0 showed, but we can also talk about the fact that it just seemed like on every map, there were one or two fights that the pack just basically outplayed the Aces.
Yeah, and it feels like they really were just Aces was going in, and Pac were always 2 steps ahead, just already had a battle plan. And I mean, if they didn't have a battle plan, Cork, York, and Spider just made one up on the fly, getting 2 heads and just ending the Aces. Really, that's really just their kryptonite, it seems, just getting picked right away as soon as this fight breaks out. It's just over.
Yeah, I have to fully agree with you there. But again, this was a great series. I'm very, very sad that this only went 3 maps, but the pack definitely proving that they are one of the teams to be feared in this diamond tier.
I am looking forward to their rematch in playoffs. Both these teams are now fully seeded into playoffs, I believe, and they are going to be... Aces is not going to forget this. They're definitely going to remember that Diva comp, what really brought them down there, and I think they're going to come into playoffs really ready to fight this.
Yeah, I fully agree with that there as well. But is there anything else that you want to talk about from this series here before we kind of wrap up?
It's just, I mean, I think Pac has been showing to be an underdog this entire season. I mean, they've just climbed up to 2nd place, but I'd like to point out last week they were actually in 5th place. Ooh. They're actually in 5th place. They went 3rd this week, and I mean last week, or coming out of playoffs they were 5th. Sorry, last week they came into 3rd, and now they're sitting pretty at 2nd place, and I don't think they have many problems in staying here. I think they're really happy with this, and I think a lot of the other teams should be watching this and really seeing what Pac is capable of doing.
Yeah, I fully agree with you there. Pac, like I said, looking to be one of those teams you have to be scared of. Outlawed Aces, on the other hand, like I said, probably a game where you can learn a lot from tonight. They did show a lot of bright spots throughout this series tonight. They brought in a lot of people, brought in a lot of players as subs. We saw, I believe it was Monkey Boy, swap from a DPS to a tank back to a DPS. Did a pretty good job on almost every role he played throughout this series tonight. Just not the result they wanted in the end, though.
And I don't even think Aces were playing bad. I think Pac were just playing that much better throughout this whole series, where they were just able to one-up them.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there, but I'm pretty sure that will do it for us here tonight at CGL. Splice, anything else you want to add?
No, it's been a great cast. I hope everyone enjoyed this 3-0 from Pac.
Yep, I want to give a shout out to Headrammer for producing the stream tonight and observing. He did a great job. Splice, thank you so much for being my co-caster tonight. It was great to work with you. And
great.
thank you to everyone in the chat who enjoyed this great series we had tonight. Wish it went a little bit longer, but sometimes it just doesn't go that way. But I think there's a lot more action coming in the CGL this weekend, so stay tuned for that. But that will do it for us tonight. I have been Dextron. The man below me has been Splice. I hope you all have a great night and a great weekend.
We will catch you next time.